Greetings, citizens of the world. We are anonymous. In September 17th, the Occupy Wall Street movement took hold and it has grown exponentially since that time. Events in other cities across the world have taken inspiration from the Wall Street occupiers. People are standing in solidarity together without regard to any racial, economic, religious, or political differences. This is a step in the right direction. These individuals have assembled together to express their dissatisfaction with who or what they perceive to be primarily responsible for the economic downturn. To that end, the Occupy movement is sending a message and it has been heard, and we owe the occupiers a debt for their service. Unfortunately, the message being sent has also been co-opted by the same people and entities that you should be protesting against. The Occupy movement has become a pawn in a chessboard for those in power who seek to use your anger for their own political gain. Do not let yourself become a pawn. Do not forget that both political parties have failed us, that both political parties are responsible in their own way for the current state of affairs in the United States and abroad. Remember that, while Wall Street and the too big to fail banks received trillions of dollars in taxpayer money, ask yourself what made that possible. Where did all that money come from? It was created by adding a bunch of zeros to multiple accounts electronically across the globe. It gave those account holders unprecedented power over the purse strings of ordinary Americans who did not have access to those newly created dollars prior to the onset of the inflation it created. Wall Street, corporations, government spending, inflation, a boom-bust cycle, a worthless dollar that has lost 99% of its value since 1914. These are the symptoms. When you are sick, do you treat the symptoms, or do you treat the disease? The Federal Reserve is the disease. A recent audit of the Federal Reserve found that $16 trillion had been secretly handed out to U.S. banks and corporations and foreign banks across the world at 0% interest. Virtually none of the money has been returned. Who pays the price for these actions? You pay the price for these actions every day at the gas pump or grocery store, as prices continue to surge through a hidden tax, inflation. When you go to the grocery store to buy food for your family and you find yourself in front of the cashier with half the groceries you used to buy, while paying the same price as before, this is due to inflation, not corporate greed. If you are a retired person living on the earnings you saved during a lifetime of hard work and now the money you saved will only last you half the time it would have in the past, this is a product of a worthless paper dollar, a fiat currency with no value. The dollar is a fiction, it is a fraud, it is a ghost. Do you realize that your money is worthless paper? After the failure of Ben Bernanke's printing presses to stimulate an economy already drowning in worthless paper, the Federal Reserve has developed a new scheme they allege will stimulate the economy. This program, Operation Twist, is monetary sleight of hand. It will cause false growth and false demand. They still haven't learned their lesson about the truth of artificially created false growth and false demand with the complete bust of the housing market in 2007 and 2008. Why would they care when the people hurt by their suicidal monetary policies are people like us? We are calling on the Occupy movement to join us by directing their anger at the appropriate party. It is time to focus on the unelected banking cartel that controls our money, that artificially manipulates our interest rates, and that has destroyed our dollar. December 23, 2011, on the anniversary of the enactment of the Federal Reserve Act, join us in peaceful, nonviolent protest around each Federal Reserve Bank or branch bank, while we call for an end to the Federal Reserve System and the resignation of Ben Bernanke. We are Legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Ben Bernanke and the Federal Reserve Cartel expect us. End transmission.